From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League. We're up here in Watkins Glen International, and it's the Lady Liberty 35 playoff racing, boys, and our first top 4 drivers are not playoff guys, and this is practice with just a couple minutes remaining. Let's bring in the guys that are going to help me call the action tonight, starting off with the wrestling guru himself, Ryan Fry.
Hey, what's up?
Fry, what's going on, pal? How are you?
I'm doing good. This is going to be entertaining to see these guys go left and right.
Getting ready for Wednesday, I would hope. And bring in our other broadcaster, good buddy, Mr. Trivia winner, TJ Bernier.
What's happening, pal?
Not much.
Is that like the one thing you have to hang your hat on? Is you won trivia once?
I did. I am the inaugural, reigning, defending heavyweight trivia winner.
Well, whenever we have that trivia contest for wrestling, I'll take that in honors.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a
always be the
separate
first.
belt. That might have to be a separate belt with a couple extra rings on it for us.
I'll always be the first. Nobody can take that away.
So as I'm looking at this leaderboard right now, our top 4 drivers are non-playoff drivers. I'm kind of shocked by that. You know, while you have Dylan Dunford and Brandon Dunford 5 and 6, I'd really expect them to be putting down, you know, about a second, maybe a little under a second faster lap times. But you got Daniel Parks, Scott Ramler, Landon Lacey, and Nick Fuller, your top 4 right now. And I'm really curious if everybody's like, well, screw it, we're at a road course. Just try not to die.
Well, AJ, can I just take a look over this score sheet and tell you I have a name circled, highlighted, underlined, exclamation points beside it that has finally turned a lap, hadn't prior, and just jumped up.
Talk about the one and only Tyler
Aspinall.
Yeah, happy to see him in here. We were kind of nervous to see if he was going to be racing tonight, but kind of excited to see what's going to happen between him and a couple of our very other fast drivers, because let's take you all the way back to the Charlotte's Roval, and he won that race by 47 seconds. Did I get that right?
47, 48, might as well have been another zip code. The man put a beating on the field.
And I think we have some heavy hitters in here tonight that might contend with Tyler Aspinall, depending on how fast he's going to look tonight. Right now, just on his 3rd lap, as you see him on screen right there. Not where he wants to be, obviously. Right in 11th, but we're going to finish practice, and we're going to go to qualifying, everybody. Qualifying here is very sketchy for me, because no matter where you go, you are at the mercy to everybody behind you. And coming down that hill to that right-hander turn 1, you just hope people don't wheel hop and decide to clean you completely out.
Yeah, especially with no fast repairs here. It's going to be very crucial to the success of your race today that you live.
Yeah, no kidding. Just so everybody remembers, all the drivers on the ticker to your left, the tower, if they're highlighted in blue, they're playoff drivers. If they're transparent, they're just racing for the heck of it and trying to move up the point standings wherever they can. You're looking at the 09 of Daniel Park. Now, what is I'd say the sponsored cars for today for this team, TJ?
Well, AJ, I do believe if you use some Rusties, have a bit of luck, you too can be like me. They are running cars.
Is that Daniel Park or is that Jackson Storm?
Right there, that's Daniel Park
anymore.
trying to be Jackson Storm.
Well, I'm gonna throw down a limb. We done looked at all the cars. I'm kind of disappointed that nobody wanted to step up and be the yellow car.
No Cruz Ramirez in the field this evening. I think there might. I don't know if you got the Kyle Petty-esque character and the Petty-esque character. Obviously, the King was iconic for the Superbird car in the movie. Then it went down to the 42, which was supposed to be, I think, his cousin, but it was pretty sure voiced by Kyle Petty.
We got a Buffalo Bills car in here. Oh boy.
Where? What number is that?
14, Nick Fuller.
That is a brave soul. Good luck and best wishes to him.
Well, they're
we're
either losing 4 Super Bowls in a row or just making it to the AFC Championship game.
We are in New York for
We are in upstate New York. It
and
should
that
be
is
Bill's country.
that is the only team that is in New York.
Daniel
Well-
Park's first lap is a minute 11:30.
That is in New York anymore.
Dylan Dunford, first lap, he's going to go second, holding that to a 1:12.46. Frank Hughes right behind him with a 1:14.80. And as the times are coming in, Lapenas goes fourth, Ramler to second, Lacey to third.
I tell you, that 14, though, he did look pretty glued to the track. I'd seen some other guys like the 94 struggling.
Brady Floyd in his
Losing grip.
iconic red, black, and blue number 20 Ford Mustang Forklift Media on the car.
Yeah, I was just watching Tyler's qualifying lap. He's extremely loose,
Speaking of
flying
Forklift Media.
all over the place.
Well, I saw that with a lot of drivers because I've been sitting in this practice session since it went up. Coming up the S's, I've seen a lot of drivers fighting that wheel as you see his steering wheel go side to side trying to keep it going in the right direction as he's going to take the bus stop.
Wow, a lot of speed on that 92 machine. He was flying through there.
I think he might have lost a little bit with how many hops he had.
If he did, he gained it back with the sheer aggressiveness he had through there.
Well, his
That rumble strip that they hit coming out of the carousel really upsets these cars from what I've noticed. And then this right here, these last two turns, this little transition right there as he gets loose is really upsets the race car.
and you got to be
He
careful.
was
There
just
are out of
hammering the
bounds.
throttle.
There are out of bounds limits. You will get an invalid lap time or be told to slow down as he puts up
Oh
a
boy,
1:13.14.
my.
And he goes ahead and Jimmy Johnson's it.
Well,
Scott, I don't think that's the way we're supposed to go.
you know what's really funny, Ryan? He's going this way, but I'd bet money on it that he's still probably faster than some of the cars.
Oh my. I'm gonna pretend nobody. I hope nobody else in the field heard you say that.
I mean, where's Yandow?
I don't think he's here.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you can't be faster than somebody that's not here.
Well, his car is going nothing.
His car's not here. I would hope it was going nothing. If it was going somewhere, I'd be concerned. He missed his pit box. Somebody might want to tell him he's overshot it by about 8.
I think he's practicing to going to the P2 pit box right there.
The Dale Jr. in me wants to say, God, change the number font on that car.
Yeah, you're not.
Matt Cochran in the number 4 going through his last couple turns, and there goes this lap. He's going to be back of the Packer.
That looked like it.
Currently qualified
And
in the
he's gonna
18th
do
position.
the exact same thing Scott did and drive it in reverse.
I don't think he has a choice.
Now he's going forward.
Driver that has taken a time and didn't get a lap on it, TJ Floyd. Both his first 2 laps were invalid.
Oof.
Gonna take a look at Josh Fox in the number 90. There's Chick Hicks.
He's the only driver that didn't manage a practice lap either.
I think he only went out there just get a photo taken with his teammates, and his first lap is good for P6, a 1:13 flat. Lingerfelt in the 65 will go 18th best. See if he can improve.
I tell you, that number 90 it's a beautiful hostile takeover bank.
Gonna come into the bus stop, hauling the mail really sideways. Gets the car back underneath him.
Uh-oh.
I don't like uh-ohs. What are uh-ohs?
Uh-oh is we've lost a broadcaster.
Pretty sure that broadcaster went to go talk to somebody.
I mean, it's possible.
It's a very possible, because I just went to go look for him.
Oh, yeah. It's very much so the case.
All right, Josh Fox coming out of the final turn. See if he improves from P6. And as Steve Harvey would say, survey says... Waiting for it.
I think it's safe to say no.
No, he's going to stay right there. Kyle Lingerfeld out of the final turn, heading back to the line.
Oh, I mean, AJ, that's like, oh, darn, I got 6.
P11 for Kyle Lingerfeld. Nobody on the racetrack. And I think it's safe to say they might get 1 lap in. I don't think they'll get the full 2 laps in if they were to leave now. Cody Kepner, Bobby Green, Donnie Bartlett, and Joe Darnell not taking times along with Jesse Adams. So, TJ, got some news. Got some pretty awesome news that everybody has seen at the beginning of the broadcast, and we'll see at the end, or if we have a little bit of a lull in the action. We got merch, everybody. Go check it out with the link below down in YouTube or the link above on Facebook. We have a lot more stuff coming down the way. Some time exclusive merch right down the pipe. Kind of throwing that out there for the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast with our 3rd anniversary coming up in just a couple weeks. And the scoring pylon said, bite me.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. The scoring pylon kind of just said, bite me.
So, like a Bill's Mafia member, it put you through a table.
It did. And I am refreshing that as fast as I can, hoping it will pop back up.
Well, there's still some time left here for qualifying.
Not
so
much.
You've got a moment. No, but you've got moments.
Yeah, I'm not...
Moments to untable your ability with the scoring pylon.
I'm not too worried about it. This happens whenever we switch sessions or I make a small change.
Your only issue tonight is that wanted the scoring pylon to just remain active, and it felt it needed.
Yeah, it's being a pain in the butt right now. Refresh cache of current page.
This lull in the action brought to you by Dynacare.
I see what you did there. Very clever. All right, let's see.
We got 2 Dynaco machines in the field tonight. I don't think either is really quite petty blue, but they are close. They look cool. We'll take them for what they are. I think our third man in the third man brother back.
Yeah, I was just checking in with some drivers. I really think tonight is gonna be a let's try to survive game.
Bear with us, everybody, as I am currently trying to get our
AJ, I'm not a man that is well versed a lot of other forms of racing, but there is a grandstand that I'm looking at that is named after somebody in an open wheel car. Who is it?
I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me.
I think it was like a Jackie Smith or somebody.
Jackie Stewart?
Sure. I barely saw the name. Is
A very famous IndyCar open wheel driver from the 60s and 70s?
all right. See, somebody knew. This is why I asked the hard question.
This is why I have no clue whatsoever.
Oh,
This is why I am the guru of all trades, not just wrestling. And you almost got AJ to slip there, and that was a good one.
Come on, refresh.
cars are. Is that a Porsche?
It is
there
a Porsche? There it is. Took forever, but we are back with the pylon. Jesus, that was stressful.
Lord.
And I really like how we're doing a short parade lap here. We're literally 2 turns away from going green from Watkins Glen International.
Cinch those belts tight, because it's going to be a hard left and a hard right. How many people's gonna make it through turn 1? Who knows?
Pace car
is anybody else
off.
showing the 7 as a 54?
And
Green
we
is
are
out.
green here at Watkins
The
Glen.
54 hits the 8. The 54 hits Scott Rambler in the rear end. Oh, the 20 into the 94. Chaos ensuing down here in turn 1.
Are we seeing two different things?
I don't think so.
Because I didn't see any of that.
The
Oh,
20
there's a lot of
definitely hit the 94.
There was a lot of contact, and Brady, I think, almost bounced it off the guardrail coming through the S's, coming down the backstretch, coming into this hard bus stop.
And
Hard
Tyler right
braking.
on him.
A hard braking point. It looks like everybody's gonna make it through there cleanly,
boy.
which is very shocking.
Matt Morale with an issue in the 38. Gonna go back and take a look at that.
Ryan Fry, you're telling the spectators you're pitting in.
Oh, well, I hit a button.
Here's the 38. Let's see what happens. He's gonna... Oh, they're gonna check up in front of him. And he's not gonna anticipate it, apparently, going into the bus stop. And he's gonna get sideways. That's gonna send Austin Green to the grass. And he is really struggling out there.
Meanwhile, the,
Oh, Brady Floyd!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Coming out of the final turn.
I can't
this
see it
is just
squeezing away.
Him and Aspinall.
Oh, no. He might have killed the 92. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Well, the 92 continues on, but man, the left side has got to be beaten and bruised.
Well, Tyler,
Holy cow. Who is the Lightning McQueen car?
that
The
would be
95?
95.
Devin Smith?
Because he is going to see a really slow Brady Floyd and kind of knock him right out of the way. Carnage early on at Watkins Glen. Not a lot of damage on that 95 for rear-ending the number 20, as Brady Floyd has dropped 7 positions in a lap, basically.
Let me tell you, Scott Rambler better not take his eyes off of the guy behind him, because Jackson Storm is looking to lead this race.
Yeah, that's Daniel Park. Really good on these road courses, as we've seen the last couple seasons, especially Watkins Glen. Gonna go flying into the bus stop. Ooh, thought Park went a little long. And that's
Sounds like there was 2 between the 55 and the 49.
Sounds like TJ Floyd. He had to jump the pit road. Oh, that car is a little bit of broken there. There's the 55 of Jesse Adams, the 49 of TJ Floyd. Ooh, the 55 gets loose. And it looked like a neck code, and the 49 gets stuck in the wall, causing him to have to jump to pit road. Let's see what happens to Bills Mafia 14 of Nick Fuller. Yeah, he's just going to cut the grass. Good old friend Twisted used to tell us to cut that grass. It'll save you a crud ton of time. Joe Darnell also having an issue. Man, we're all over the place trying to catch everything.
92 with trouble.
Looking for the 2.
I
gonna get loose.
believe
Oh.
he just got ran over.
No, he didn't get touched. He got loose. The minute he got
92?
back on... No, we're still looking at Darnell.
Oh. And I say the 92 got turned by Lepenis.
Coming down the front stretch, Travis Lepenis. Looks like he was trying to side draft.
I don't know. Side drafting at a road course. Never heard of that.
Well, you know, racers try everything. one thing with road courses, unless they are blocking traffic so nobody can get by, we will stay green. As Ramler puts down another flyer with Daniel Park right behind him, third. It's got Landon Lacey in the number 54. Dylan Dunford in the 94. Nick Fuller in the 14. Brennan Dunford in the 19. 95. Lightning McQueen car. Devin Smith, Josh Fox in the 90. Kyle Lingerfelt in the 65. All three cars vehicles are all in a row. Michael Steele rounding out your top 10. So let's take a quick look at the points going into tonight's race. Brady Floyd with a 2-point lead over Dylan Dunford. Brandon Dunford sitting at a 30-12. In fourth place, you got Devin Smith. Fifth place, Josh Fox. Travis Lepanis in sixth. Austin Green in seventh. And eighth right now, Michael Steele. Now in the yellow, those are the drivers in danger of getting eliminated if it were to end right now. TJ Floyd, Matt Cochran, Matt Morale, and Justin Hughes. 1 point separates Michael Steele from being in to being out where TJ Floyd is. So very close with those last couple of drivers. And if I was Brady Floyd, I'd be very cautious on making my way back up there because he's already lost 6 positions from where he started. I would assume that he's going to try his best to take care of that car, but that number 20 is all beat up right now.
Now, do we have any idea? Fuel, tires, can they go on one stop? Can they have to stop?
The line, what I was told was we're going to run till we run out.
All right.
So I'm guessing they're going to have to pit. When? Not a clue. Yeah, this is an excellent battle for the lead. We're going to stick right with these two drivers as they are putting down identical lap times. That lap just 0.2 apart.
Yeah, Jackson Storm closes back up a little bit more on the bumper of Hammer Machine.
As cool as that battle is up front, I'm back here watching Tyler and his in-car. You want to watch somebody with a handful. Wow.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's steering damage.
He's turning the car about 45 times more than what he has to just to get around here.
Well, he's been bounced around like a ping pong ball in all the wrong ways. I'm not surprised.
Oh, he is really loose. And it looks like he's got Dominic Hughes almost wrecked in front of him. Gonna drop back to Bobby Green. Looking at the 59 car. Clips the grass, and that's gonna send him straight to the inside. And he's gonna loop it. Does he keep it off the wall? He will. Very minimal damage.
Matt Cochran around?
Yeah, he's not having a good night in the 4. Going down into turn 1. And he just uses too much of that apron. Gonna loop it and go head first into the inside tire barriers. But there's the car of Aspinall trying to get by Dominic Hughes. Ooh, he's gonna blink there for a second. And there he goes. 92 around. Looking for some battles. Austin Green.
And he about gets ran into by the 21.
Was the 21 going to run into him, or was Tyler trying to get back on the racetrack?
Well, Tyler had moved, stopped. I think was just waiting for the 21 to clear, and the 21 almost ran into him. But he was sitting like pretty much broadside in the middle of the racetrack. At a, what is it, 12? Is that the last turn? 12, 11?
I'm gonna go on a stand here. Everybody knows in here that Tyler and the Hughes don't get along. We all know this. But if you go back and watch that replay, that's a very defensive line that Dominic runs into that final turn. And totally, I don't know. It's just, it seems to be more and more every week between this group of drivers where they're just blocking each other to block each other.
See if we can go back and see it.
Say Tyler disappears on mine.
Yeah.
Well, it's before that. It's down. It's this short shoot. If you go back to where Tyler and him are nose to tail, the line that's taken is not the normal line.
Did I miss it? I must have missed it. I'm gonna go try to find it real fast. Right here, Ryan?
Yeah.
Take a look at what you're talking about. You get the 80.
Watch 83's line. It's not the conventional line.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not running him hard. They've definitely, that whole team and him have had run-ins these last few.
Oh,
Everybody
Landon
knows
Lacey
it.
with an issue. Oh, looks like we also have an issue with Scott Ramler. Lacey's gonna spin it, try to keep it off the inside wall. And he's going to end up facing the right way. Let's go check out with Scott Ramler. Kept the lead. I'm going to find out.
I mean, it looked like to me he just flat blocked him.
Looks like
Which,
Tyler
I mean,
Aspinall has another issue.
I don't think there's anything really you can do about it.
He's going to clip too much of that inside curb, and he's going to spin it to the outside, heading towards the boot.
Tyler's coming to pit. Hopefully, you give him some water and some ice.
Tyler's running that car for a friend this week. I would imagine that's probably about the only reason he's still in this race, is to give that car some TV time.
Well, it's gotten it, for
it's
sure.
It's definitely gotten it. For the wrong reasons. It's one hell of a thing to watch him try to pedal that car around here, as damaged as it is, but sure would have liked to seen. I think everybody that knows Tyler and knows Scott wanted to see that battle more than anything else this week. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we're not going to get it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Landon Lacey. He had to manually disconnect.
Yeah, he wrecked completely. He clipped
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he clipped the turn 1 outside rumble strip and just lost the car. Went head first into the inside wall.
Do we know? I guess I can. Our Larry Mack guy hadn't done his job yet. Haven't done it.
Who's our Larry Mack guy?
Track temp was only 87 degrees, so it's not like it's a scorcher out here.
No, from what I've talked to with other drivers, these cars are just naturally loose here, which is shocking because I wouldn't have thought that. Although, when I did try running laps to see if I was going to run this race, it took me a good, not going to lie, 10, 15 times to go up the hill to the S's without spinning out. I mean, these cars, when they unload, get really loose.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that in practice where coming up the S's, drivers were seesawing on the wheel.
Yeah, and these rumble strips really upset these cars. Because, I mean, if you think about it, that was designed not to be raced over top of. That's to keep you in the track, and with these cars, it's faster to go up and over them, but it makes the cars really loose in the process.
Now you're looking at your top two drivers, the 8 of Scott Ramler and the 09 of Daniel Park. They are almost 14 seconds ahead of third place, and that is Nick Fuller in the 14 Bills Mafia car.
Yeah, and then it's the law firm behind him running at the top 5.
Dunford and Dunford.
I can't say I'm surprised knowing who Scott is. road racing acumen and background. Uh-oh. Now Frank Hughes is commenting that he got wrecked.
See if we could take a look at it.
Oh, well, I gotta tell you, I can give you one guess. I'll give you two guesses. The first one don't count.
Well, I'm trying to find it on the events.
Find the 92 car.
How long ago?
Well, Tyler's on lap 11. I don't know where.
What car does he get into? What number?
The 61.
92 gets into the 61.
Oh, it's going into the bus stop, I guess.
Yep.
It's really not a whole lot of getting. He gets into him, but it's not like he ruins his day. And he gets around him. Remember,
No.
Tyler just pitted. He's on fresher tires.
I don't think he even meant to hit him the first time. Actually, I'm really not seeing where he was complaining about to begin with. If anything, he drives intentionally back into the 92.
Oh, Rambler's going to cut the grass. Trying to hold that position right in front of Daniel Park.
I think Tyler just closes on him more than I think he thought he was going to into the bus stop.
A little contact out of the carousel could be something, but to me
That's what like I said, the 61 turned right down into the 92 mid carousel.
yeah, I mean, on my watching Aspinall, he's not in the gas.
Side
when
by
the
side in the
contact
final
made.
turn, the 09 and the 8. Who's going to get the whole shot down to turn 1?
Well, the 8 has the preferred line going down into the corner. Park wants it. He's going to take the long way around.
Fry, I think that just goes back to what we were talking about with Tyler Aspinall and the Hughes clan having a problem.
They are still side by side going up the S's.
Oh, so tight. They touched. These guys being very respectful. The 8 loose. He blocks. I don't think the 09 is going to appreciate that. Didn't really, I mean, obviously it cost him a little bit of time. Didn't hurt him. May not be so friendly if he gets back to him. Jackson Storm not going to be appreciative of that maneuver.
No, I don't think so either. But if you saw that before that, Scott clipped the rumble strips coming up the S's, and that car was loose. So I think he was just trying to go and stay with his car so he didn't wreck it or cause both of them to completely wreck.
These guys are going to, at minimum, put on one heck of a show the rest of the
They've put on
way
a
in
whole
this
show
one.
since the drop of the green flag.
That's what I mean. I mean, we've had 15 laps of it. I can't imagine another 20.
Dominic Hughes with an issue on the racetrack.
Please tell me the 92 was not nearby.
Nope.
Oh, right behind the leaders, actually. Or right in front of them.
Oh, God.
He was following a team car in the 36 and just flat lost it like we saw the Ford do it earlier.
Wow.
He was just kind of down by the inside wall, backs up, backs all the way off the surface. It's dangerous, but it's also safe. And he'll just continue on his merry way with a no-hooded vehicle.
Look at that, Devin Smith in the 95. Trying to close in on Brandon Dunford to put himself inside the top 5. These
Lightning
last couple
McQueen.
laps, Dunford has pulled away about a half a second a lap.
A little bit of Rusty's. A lot of luck. You too can have a top 5.
Well, since we're on this topic of cars, AJ,
What's
I
up?
saw an interesting clip there the other week Where you guys were talking about movies that wasn't necessary, and you don't feel the second Cars movie is a necessary movie along with the third one?
The Cars movie is not a Cars movie, it's a Mater movie with all the other characters inside of it. I thought the whole movie was absolutely stupid, but I do enjoy the third one.
I think the idea was the big star coming out of this movie was, and we all know the voice behind said tow truck.
Uh-oh. 92 again.
Who now? What? Where? Oh, God.
Final turn, and he's just going to loop it.
He's just pushing it as hard as he can. That's all he's doing.
Showed great car control and saving it.
Well, this time.
But yeah, I mean, the second Cars movie, I mean, it was Mater being James Bond. What's not to love about that?
I just thought it was stupid.
I mean, frankly, of all the racing, that's my favorite racing of all three of them.
Nick Fuller on pit road coming down for service, splitting the race halfway.
Not to mention the cameos you got out of that movie from Jeff Gordon and Lewis Hamilton.
Now, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, they shouldn't be taking any tires. They should just be taking fuel and then going. And Nick Fuller is taking
I would be taking tires.
as well.
As loose as these cars are, I would be wanting fresh rubber any chance I can get.
Tyler moving over for the leaders here. And the 36 pitting right in front of the leaders hopefully doesn't cause trouble for them.
And there it goes.
And Jackson Storm following him.
So for all the people wondering why we're talking so much about cars, TJ, why don't you explain to everybody what a team does in the EFRL every single race?
So the team of the 09, the 90, the 95, 5, and 55, they all run a themed set of cars every week. We've seen them do Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt. This week they are running the Days of Thunder. That was one of my favorite weeks. They did Darrell Waltrip last week. This week they chose Disney's Cars franchise, I guess you could say, as their paint schemes of choice. And obviously the second place car of the 09 was running the Jackson Storm team car, which
from the third movie.
You know who Jackson Storm is.
Let's see when Rambler's going to come in, because he's got to be showing pit road in just a couple laps.
Well, and I mean, I'd be curious too, the difference in, like you were talking. I mean, I think he's coming in now. He's down there.
That was good timing. And now we look at Daniel Park as he's just getting through the bus stop.
I mean, is it tires, no tires?
Well, we're going to find out. You got to drive all the way down that. I wish I was able to go side by side with two different cameras, but that means I'd need two different iRacing accounts.
Yeah, that would be pretty wild if you could
Let's see.
Show it.
And the 8 is also taking tires. Out of the final turn, here comes Daniel Park.
He's going to go all the way down the front straightaway.
And into turn 1.
And
he's going to take
Jack
the lead.
Down 8, down and away. Maybe no tires for the 09.
No, the 09 did take tires.
He did?
Yes,
Confirmed?
he did. Yes, we watched it happen.
Then they should be on pretty even ground here.
And Daniel Park with a 2-second
in the
lead.
one lap of fresher tires?
I think it was the no traffic around the 09.
Oh, the 09 was in traffic.
Not on his outlap.
Well, maybe not on the outlap. Oh, did the 8 just clip the wall there?
I don't see any damage.
I tell you, the net code sparked like he did.
Been a lot of net code lately.
You can hear it when he clips the wall, but it doesn't give any damage to the right side of the car.
That is wild.
He's done it at least 3 or 4 times, if not every lap during this race.
See if Rambler can close the gap to Daniel Park, as Daniel Park is going to have one hell of a lap ahead.
Well, he's got lap cars in front of him going down into the first turn. He's got 2 cars in front of him that might be enough to bring Scott back to him.
I know one of them. I'm pretty sure he's just going to move right over and let him go.
Or not.
I don't think he realizes he's there yet.
Going to show him the outside.
Gives him the position.
And Scott was sideways coming up off the S's.
Scott is really driving that car as fast as it can go.
You can read the... See, there, he clipped it again.
He is flirting with disaster right on the edge. Imagine one of these times the netcode actually reaches out and grabs it.
Well, for his sake, I hope not. As Brady Floyd in that wrecked number 20 car, sitting in 10th place. Trying to get by Kyle Lingerfeld right in front of him in the 65. At best lap of the race, a 1:11.49 just put up on the board by Daniel Park. Scott Rambler with a 1:11.54. Almost identical lap times with our top 2 drivers.
I'm kind of curious. For a lap, Mr. Director, Producer Man, follow Scott from the far chase angle and watch how much his car slides around.
Alright, so we'll watch it for a lap here. As he's got Frank Hughes right in front of him.
Watch how much skating around his car does, and then in the next lap, watch Daniel Park and see if his skates around as much. See if maybe Daniel's got a grip on this race where he's been able to run his car without getting it super loose. And whoa, we got a car down.
That's the 03. Why is he still sitting there? What happened to the 03? Did it just... Oh, he clipped the grass on the right side. God.
Oh, man, he Ryan Newman'd it. Brady Floyd hit him.
He got stuck on the wall, and then the wall kicked him out. I think the 92 hit him.
I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
I mean, if that isn't... I know they didn't want to throw a yellow here for nothing, but if that isn't the necessity of a yellow, what is? I mean, that guy got hammered and flipped.
Well, there are no cautions on road courses. And let's go see Daniel Park.
I don't understand that.
Since the early 2000s, maybe, but nowadays that's a caution. There's no more spot cautions.
I mean, you got a car literally getting hit by another driver and flipping about 10 times in the air. And then here come the leaders. Like, oh, man.
You're looking at Daniel Park riding with the far chase cam.
That is just tough to watch, knowing that the leaders are...
Yeah, well, that's iRacing.
Well, do you believe they have controls of their own?
And Rambler, fastest lap of the race, a 1:11.31.
Try your pitting in again.
Well, the space bar is what I do to clear my screen, but I forgot that I have it set for my pit in button as well.
Let's go back to the TVs.
Luckily, only us spectators.
Daniel Park has Travis Lepenis, and it looks like Tyler Aspinall right in front of him.
Well, Tyler's name today is Tyler All Spinall.
All Spinall.
Wow. That's going to allow Rambler to catch up just a little bit.
Is that just seagulls on my camera?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've now seen everything on iRacing. I have Digital Seagull. Let's hope Dale Sr. doesn't hit him.
See how fast Scott Rambler gets by these 2 lap-down cars. Uh-oh.
Oh, as Tyler
Whoa.
almost dies in front of him. He is going to die. Oh, man. Tyler's... Wasn't his ass in the wall, though. It was his front.
Ooh, and TJ Floyd is racing a modified, and he's just going to get out of everybody's way. Seems like the 09 of Park is catching all the drivers in the worst spots on the racetrack, while Rambler catches them where he can be on throttle and go. As Rambler with a half a second faster that last lap time.
Now, this is one of the more interesting drivers that the 09 has caught. That's Brady Floyd. We know he is a driver with a bit more speed than some others. Still seems to give way. Got a team car here ahead of the 8. Let's see how this works. And, oh boy.
Phew!
That was tight quarters. I think that's going to cost the 8 a ton of time.
That cost the 8 about a half a second.
A half a second could be the difference in victory here today.
Yeah, with less than 10 laps to go.
The 8 hung up behind the 20 now. Losing more time, I imagine, here.
Gonna drift out of the final turn.
The regulars are not making it easy on the newcomer. Still looking for a way around. There goes the 8.
Lost just about 2 seconds on that lap.
Most of what he had gained back from exiting the pits.
And that's probably gonna, if Daniel Park can keep it on the racetrack, that about handed Daniel Park the win, I would assume. As Scott is driving the wheels off of that car. Looking for some other close battles. Travis Lepanis in the 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld. Heading down the, I don't know,
Where?
Down to turn 10 or 11. I was going to call it the backstretch, but I realized we're at a road course with no backstretch. Yeah, Daniel Park, we're going to jump on board with that 09. Look how smooth with the gas and everything he is. He's not pushing overly hard. He's off the gas, making sure there's no tire spin coming up the hill. And into the bus stop. I'd call it very conservative. What'd you call it, TJ?
Tough day. Just listening to driver chatter, AJ, and things are heating up.
Again?
Well, more or less, take a look at pit road and see all you need.
It's a lot of wrecked cars. I see Tyler Aspinall, Justin Hughes, and
Yeah, he
Joe
was
Darnell.
told to go there. He was told to go there.
I mean, he was having a lot of incidents by himself.
This is true. I don't disagree with that. It's been a rough day.
And up front, Daniel Park is still about 3 seconds ahead of Scott Ramler as Scott's trying to get by the 21 of Donnie Bartlett.
I just don't think the 8's going to be able to recover from the damage done by being behind the 20 and the...
Yeah, I don't think so either.
55. I mean, we know we're not getting a yellow. There's just too much ground to be made up and not enough time to do it.
The interval is 3.2, Gary.
Yeah, I had it on
larger.
I had it on last lap so everybody can see the difference between the two drivers, but
That's larger than when they exited the pits.
It's not Burger King, Gary. It's not have it your way. Other people might want to see other things. Just
oh
kidding.
boy. You guys are gonna get me fired.
How can you get fired when you're the boss?
Yes.
Looking for Dunford and Steele. Holy cow, the 95, the 19, and the 5 all under a blanket. And here comes Chick Hicks.
Ow.
Steele looking, showing the left side, and he's going to tuck in behind. Actually, I thought he was a lot closer than he really was.
That's probably the closest battle and the one maybe we follow here for a bit.
Right now, it looks like the 95 of Smith and Brandon Dunford are pretty even. Actually, all three are even. A 114.47, a 114.39, and a 114.49.
You know, I'd like to point out that that battle right there for 5th position, they are about to be lapped.
Yeah, that's that's crazy. Looks like we have.
I mean, is it
Josh-
though?
Well,
After
well,
the
I
roll?
mean, what do you expect? I mean, we don't have cautions here, so there's no stopping of the action. And if there's a few that are way better talented at turning left and right than others, they're gonna make up tons of ground. And this is what happens: is half, 3/4 of the field gets lapped because these guys are just out running laps like normal, and everybody else is struggling. And there's no way to, there's no way of adjusting yourself when you don't get a chance to make adjustment.
I think the only adjustment you can actually make is the brake bias, and I think that's it, to my knowledge. And obviously, once the race starts, that's the only one you can do. But I think you have offset.
I think the 5 just went off track.
Well, let's take a look. Here's the 5. Oh, God. And now there is a lot of damage on that 5.
I mean, most of these cars at the end of the race are going to look like they just raced to Bristol.
Eight car has come across and said the tires are gone.
I would understand that with how hard he's been driving, and he is really falling back. Just looking at about 4 laps to go, coming to 3.
Still a pretty tight battle for 6.
Let's drop back and take a look at the battle for 6. That's Brandon Dunford, and Josh Fox. I keep looking for Josh Fox's normal
I guess
car.
it's fifth. My bad, fifth.
Well, fifth too. They're all under a blanket right now.
That is the big battle on track. It's everybody else nowhere close.
Pretty spread apart, which is 100% normal for these road course races.
I think Brandon trying to get back to the Dunford and Dunford be 4 or 5 this week, not inside the top 3, but just trying to be there. They have finished neck and neck like that all year. Not that long ago, they were real close. He just, Dylan just kind of scooted away from these guys while they battled. It is just absolutely testament to how well Daniel Park has done today, that he has all the way to 7th place lap. And he can see these guys. He can see these guys.
We still have 2 laps.
I think he's down to 1.
No, we still have 2 laps.
I mean, he's coming around for the white this time is what I'm getting. That's why if these guys are going to race for this position, they kind of got to do it now or they're going to run out of time.
Well, it's not going to be like us on NASCAR Heat where please pass me so I don't have to run another lap. They really got to get a moving going.
I mean, they'll beat them to the line, so they'll get to run their lap out. Well, 2 laps, really. But if they get into any trouble driving real hard here on this late run, they will.
And it looks like Josh Fox is a little bit slower through this back half of the course. There's Daniel Park right out the back end. We are hitting the white flag, so that is the wrestling over everything white flag.
Austin Green gonna get out of the way here. The battle for 5th still just as tight as it was a moment ago. Does the 19 have one last gasp effort here? I mean, he's technically got a whole nother lap. Like, you know, the race is gonna end, but he's got another lap.
See, Josh Fox is so good on the first half of the lap, and then just right after the carousel, or right after the bus stop, just loses so much time.
95 gives up just a little time there. The 19 going to close. This is going to set up for one interesting final lap for these guys. Just behind them, the checkered flag will start to wave. They will get to run their final lap. The 95 wide. Here comes the 19 making a move. He's going to almost clear him into the turn. Clears him. Back to 5th.
And out of turn 4, that battle will change. But here comes Daniel Park. He is going to win the race here at Watkins Glen International, the Lady Liberty 35. Well, back to that
AJ,
battle.
let's stick with these guys at least. We got something to commentate here today that's not 8 seconds of separation. The 95 might have lost his tires here. He's just slipping back now. Hard to recover after a big moment like that. Got to have a good run into the bus stop. Really drives it deep. Right to the back bumper of the 19. They've got a car in front of them that could come into play here if they catch him.
That's Dwayne Kernahan in the 36.
The 90, I mean, does he help? Does he wait on his teammate or does he try to advance his position? I've never known Chicks Hicks to pull over for Lightning McQueen. And the 95 dives it in there, clips the 19. Can the 19 save it? Saves it! What a save by the Dunford 19! Wow! And the 90's gonna drag race to the line!
And then Josh Fox is gonna beat Devin Smith to the line.
That was entertainment perfect. congratulations to Daniel Park. Absolute domination, but man, was that fun to watch. 5th place.
All right, TJ. Well, why don't we talk to him? Get those emotions. Actually, I don't see him in the Discord, so we're gonna have to wait.
Who we after?
Well, why don't we grab our P2? We're gonna do things out of order because I actually can see him in the Discord. Let's talk to Scott Ramler.
Mr. Scott Ramler, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Was it really just the lap pitting a lap later than Daniel Park that ended up being your downfall there? Because you were turning hecka fast laps.
I think what ended up doing me in was I thought we were going to have to do some fuel saving to get to the end. I'm not entirely sure what happened because it looked like we were barely going to make it to halfway, at least as far as I could tell. And I was saving fuel, saving tire, just trying to keep him held up a little bit. And we went into the pits, and I was starting to realize I had like 5 laps of extra fuel.
Oh, wow.
Which was a bit ridiculous, but hey, the strategy bit me again. And I will continue to say this is the worst road course that, or at least for me, because I always seem to lose here. I don't know why. But hey, that was a tough fight. That was an absolutely fantastic battle that I had with Park. Congratulations to him. And I really hope we get to do that again because that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, the first 20 laps, however long till you pitted, that was just phenomenal to watch. It was the most entertaining thing on the racetrack as everybody kind of just strung out. And then it looked like you gained back on him and got stuck with some lap cars, and just that was where it kind of all went south on the final run. And we really appreciate the ability of road race drivers being able to watch you guys do that kind of thing. Wild. All the way to 7th lap tonight.
Oh, we lapped all the way up to 7th. Holy crap.
7th place, and they were literally right in front of Park. Park was on 7th place. Another lap he might have been with them because they ended up dueling for 5th, 7th, 5th. All kind of got into each other a little bit. So it was wild.
Yeah, that was an absolute blast. Oh, criminy. I don't know what to say now. I'm tired. I'm wore out.
I fully get that, pal. I fully get that.
All right, brother. Well, great race tonight. I don't know if we'll see you Wednesday night for the next gen cars here at Watkins Glen, but way to put on a show. Yeah, can't wait to see you next season. And hopefully, I'm not spoiling anything.
I don't think you're spoiling anything, but I think I'm going to avoid this track like the plague. It just seems to be a ton of bad luck for me, but thank you guys for broadcasting and commentating. I was glad I was able to put on a good show with Daniel there for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it at home. I want to thank HSR and everybody for supporting me on that end of the team, and thanks to my personal sponsor, Maconi Setup Shop, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night.
See you later, Scott. All right, before we get our race leader, let's talk to P3, Nick Fuller. TJ, take it away.
Nicholas Fuller, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Sir, we love the Bills paint scheme up in Bills Mafia country. Good run, 3rd place. I mean, really, you were the only one inside of 40 seconds.
Yeah, I ran a ton of the ARCA at Watkins Glen this week because I love Watkins Glen so much. I'm from Rochester, New York. I go to Watkins Glen every year. It's one of my favorite tracks just to drive, to watch, So, yeah, I just had a fun week racing it, and I hopped in the practice just a little bit before the race, and it translated pretty good, the ARCA, to this car. This car may be a little bit more squirrely, but no, it's pretty good.
Well, you had a heck of a run. I mean, it seemed mostly incident-free, which for just about everybody else in the field, I can say was not the case.
Yeah, I think the only incident points were coming through that bus stop on that grass, just accumulating some 1Xs.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it just, you take
Real
a few
life.
of them.
But You had a very good, clean run, solid run, and that's sometimes all you need to have a good night.
Yeah, I had fun racing. I haven't raced this car too much. I'm in those other two, the truck and the next gen. But man, this car's a lot of fun. So probably race a few more here, close up the season for that extra practice. The trucks, they have some of the same tracks and the trucks in the next gen series. So all about that extra practice time. Doesn't hurt.
Well, we hope to get another interview with you if you do continue on, and maybe if you get a win, you put somebody through a table.
Yeah, you know it. I probably would beating some of those top dogs in the trucks, man. I'd be pretty pumped, but hopefully I can give them a run.
We hope to see it.
See you later.
Any of my
Nick.
broadcast
Great
partners got any questions for this man?
Ryan?
No, good run. I mean, it's hard to keep up with those two as far out as they got with the long runs. Looking forward to seeing you run the other stuff the rest of the year.
Yeah, I saved the replay, so I'm gonna watch back what those guys are doing, try to figure out where I can make up a little bit more time.
If you figure that out, can I get in on that data?
Yeah, we'll see what I can find.
Or bottle it and sell it. All right, Nick.
Promise 10% of the proceeds.
Great run, dude. Congrats on that podium finish. We'll hopefully talk to you in races to come.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
All right, let's talk to our winner. TJ, here's Daniel Park. Take it away.
Jackson Storm, you got a copy?
I got you guys.
You, sir, put on one heck of a show here today. I mean, I think everything went right for you. Was there ever a scary moment?
There was definitely a few scary moments. Some of the lap traffic was a little bit scary, and the battle with the 8 going into the bus stop, a few times he got a little loose in front of me and pushed me into the grass, but it was a good race.
Well, I mean, you lived up to the car that you were driving, absolutely whooping on. I mean, you, sir, lapped up. You had 8th place lap, and you were right on the heels of 7th as you took the checker. They were just out in front of you. I mean, that's pretty dominating at a track like Watkins Glen to have almost a minute 14 on guys inside the top 10.
Yeah, put in a lot of practice and had a great spotter with me.
It showed. I don't know what more to say than just absolute congratulations. That was wild. And I mean, you pushed the 8 to the limit. He burned his tires up, I think, with 3 or 4 to go. He came across it. Done.
Once I realized he wasn't catching me, I started watching the battle in front of me.
It was a good one to watch. We were watching it on the broadcast. We congratulated you for the win and continued to broadcast the battle for 5th, as it was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was two teammates. And I was like, "Come on, guys, get around him."
I know. I was hoping they didn't take each other out. They almost did. Along
They
with
all
the
three about
19.
wrecked each other.
Oh yeah, it got interesting. Anybody else got anything for our race winner?
Hey, when you did all those practice laps, and figured out how to really run Watkins Glen, did you take any notes that I can use for Wednesday?
it like for me, it was just about being smooth. Like, yeah, this track's a lot harder in these cup cars than what it will be tomorrow night in the trucks. But you just have to be smooth.
AJ's writing that down smooth right now.
Yes, I'm 100% typing it now.
If there's anything that me and TJ know about AJ is he's not smooth.
Yo! Like, ow!
Except for the top of his head. That's about all the smoothest he's got.
The ball joke, that didn't take long.
Does it ever?
I waited to the end of the broadcast.
Yeah. I think you guys were wanting that F-bomb that should have dropped earlier, but I actually stopped myself. But no, I'm not doing it now. But Daniel Park, great race, almost lapping all the way to the top 5. But dude, you literally made this race go about, I don't know, an hour 10, if that. Well, great win. Next week we do go all the way to, as I'm trying to find it here, drawing a blank. We are going to Kansas, where NASCAR was this week. Puts you in a good spot. I know you're really not in the playoffs, but you can go spoil somebody else's fun.
That was the plan for this race. Was just to spoil, and then be ready for tomorrow, where I am in the playoffs.
All right, brother. Great job. Great race. We'll hopefully talk to you at some point in the future.
Appreciate it.
All right. TJ, why don't you give us your thoughts about how the race went tonight?
I mean, it was the same as the last time we were at a road course. Somebody absolutely dominated. This time it was two drivers. They kind of ran together right up until the final 5 laps or so, and Scott just absolutely boiled the rubber off of his machine trying to get back to the park. And luckily, we had a battle to finish it. I mean, that battle for 5th was absolutely wild. I love seeing that kind of racing on a road course like this. It very much reminded me of Keselowski and Ambrose with the way it ended there, with a little bit of a tap and try to move and try to maintain. And
didn't Busch get wrecked that race?
He did. There was oil. There was chaos. I know. I mean, do you remember that one? I'm pretty sure Brad and Marcus Ambrose overdrove every corner from where Busch got turned all the way back around to the start because they were slipping and sliding so much. These guys were just, they were entertaining. We saw everything. We saw a car flip at Watkins. I don't think I ever would have assumed the car flipping at Watkins Glen would have happened in front of me like it has in real life once or twice. And here we got to see it ourselves.
Ryan, what are your thoughts before we close up shop tonight?
The last wild card race of these playoffs has happened. Talladega was the start. Now Watkins Glen. Now these drivers can move it past them, or move past Watkins Glen and focus on these last. Was it 4 races?
3 races. 3 races.
So they
4. You were right. I'm sorry.
They got through the hurdle of Watkins Glen, and now it's back to just turning left for the rest of the year, and it shall get interesting.
Yeah, Kansas
is
a cutoff race.
We're done with wild card races. We got the Lady in Black.
Yeah, we do have Darlington, but that'll be fun.
But that's not as much as a wild card as what Watkins Glen and Talladega
are. Fair. I'll give you that one. That's fair.
I can safe to say that next week will be entertaining for me because I will be behind the wheel of the number 32 Rocky Faith Motorsports Chevrolet.
Oh boy, get the practicing.
Is
Kansas,
that the final planned start for you, sir?
That I don't know yet. I probably don't know yet. Working on it. Figuring out a game plan. Looking forward to next year. Next year, as it's not, I'll make it aware now, I'm out of the booth next year. I'm running full time. So
you will be missed.
It'll be fun for me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge of getting better and learning. But yeah, so I'm ready to make the next step. Having this team is fun for us. It's the memory of Rocky. It's the reason we did this. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, and these are my steps to getting full time in the car for next year. Running whatever we're running Monday nights. So
awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Can't wait to see you in the car next week. But for All Star 15 TV, I'm AJ Capola, TJ Barnier, Ryan Fry. We'll see you next Monday night at Kansas Speedway. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.